back. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talkative Football Podcast. We got myself, Shez, and Zach here with you today, as always. And there's no better place to start than Arsenal Chelsea. Ain't nothing like a good old London derby to start your day. Well, for everybody not on the blue side of London. But before we start talking about the winners, let's stick with the losers since we have two of them, of them here. It must be a tough time for you guys. It has to be. It has to be. Bournemouth is about to be on top of you. This makes it. Listen, It's been 62 days since you've last won a match. 62 days. Has there ever been that? I mean, I understand going, maybe a week or two, a couple matches, everybody has a bad run. But 62 days. Have we hit rock bottom?
No,
that's the intro. That's the intro. Yeah. Don't all jump to speak all at once.
No, I said no, but we will if we hire Push.
So you don't rate Pochettino? Why? I don't get it. Because I don't get it.
I seem to remember a conversation we had this weekend where I asked you, would you take Push at your team? You said yes, only after I make sure that Arteta and company are not available. Vincent Kompany has never coached a Premier League team. There, if you talk list of coaching teams in the Champions League. Mikel Arteta, has he coached a team in the Champions League? Never. So you would take those. What I'm saying is my point is, this is your words, not mine. I'm using your words to prove my point. You literally put Vincent Kompany, who has only coached one team in his entire career, a championship team. Wait, let me finish.
Fair enough.
Over Posh. What does that tell you? What is it? That literally you saying that you would take Vincent Kompany over Posh explains everything.
I mean, bro, listen. First off, there's a lot of reasons why you'd want Kompany over Posh if you're Manchester City. You got
if you're any team. No. I agree with you. If you're any team, I would take Kompany over Posh in a heartbeat.
Now you're stretching it. For Man City, Kompany is a legend. That's number one. Number two, he's actually done pretty well in both his stints. You need to put some respect on his name with Anderlecht and
he doesn't.
And now
he doesn't. He hasn't accomplished what Posh has accomplished. I'm just being honest.
I mean, he has one more trophy than Poch has.
Wait. Poch has won in the.
Well, yeah, Poch has won.
Poch has won PSG.
Nobody counts that. PSG can win with you as a coach. We know that. What I'm trying to say is,
I mean, PSG is losing right now, so I don't think. I think that's a valid point that Shag's making.
They won before Poch. They won after Poch. Okay, how valid is his point? Yeah, that's debatable. What I'm trying to say is, Vincent Kompany. All right, Poch has been to a Champions League final. Can we agree that a Champions League final is a lot harder than anything Vincent Kompany has done? Can we agree on that? Even regardless of the title he won, League One, right?
Bro, the championship is tough.
Yeah, but taking Tottenham to a Champions League final, taking Tottenham to Burnley has been in the Premier League before. They've won the championship before.
I feel
taking Tottenham to a Champions League final.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's his biggest achievement.
And yet still, Marcus, you would pick other managers who have not been there, who have not done that, over Poch. What does that tell you?
That Manchester City is in a different place. Manchester City is in a different place. Where Chelsea is at as a club, you have a bunch of youngins in there that need to develop. What Poch has shown us is that that's what he could do.
you know what
I
Chelsea
I think
demands.
I think the reason why
Chelsea demands excellence.
we haven't confirmed Podge because they're still undecided on him. They're still looking. Maybe there's
Good.
that one manager out there that because we've just been rejected left and right, and Podge seems like the only one who actually wants the job,
I mean,
honestly.
I was looking at Twitter
And
today, and there was another random that just pulled up as a lead for you. I think it was Romano that tweeted it out, and I'm just like, I looked at this and I'm just like, bro, how many random managers are you guys gonna have pop up that's in the lead to be your next manager?
Anyone but
as
Poach.
long as it's undecided, the media is gonna keep churning out random managers that they're coaching in the second division of the Netherlands or whatever. But it seems like as far as like big coaches go, it's like the biggest ones we didn't get along, and then we just Poach is all we're left with at this point. Because even company, I don't see any reason why company would want to leave Burnley and come to Chelsea. Like
It makes
it's
no
not
sense.
like it's
It
no
makes
longer an attractive job, and we've already
at
cycled
all.
through like the
At
very
all.
best managers. So
The
it's like,
once
hey,
Julian
do I
Nagelsmann,
expect much? It's like we have no choice. Julian Nagelsmann apparently they didn't get along.
yeah, once he
Enrique,
said
they didn't
no,
believe
that was
in
a bad sign.
Enrique. Yeah, it's
Because
like
right after Julian Nagelsmann said no, Enrique was like, "Oh, I'm out too." Yeah,
I mean,
you know
Enrique said he was out because he wanted to start. He didn't want this dude to even get hired. The Lampard.
yeah.
If
hmm
Enrique wanted to come, he wanted to come in straight.
He had a plan. He literally laid out his plan, what he was gonna do. He sent over like literally documents, detailed descriptions of what he was gonna do with every single player on that squad. Yeah,
it's insane. Like we could
yeah.
have been we could have avoided this whole 6 game, but
I'm
it just
telling
goes to
you.
show. It just goes to show how clueless our management is. They like our
Thank
ownership
you.
is. It's just kind of sad at this point. And the
Mhm.
worst thing about this manager search is, apart from how long it's dragging on, when there's basically only one real candidate left, it's how much the media and Chelsea journalists and tabloids and online blog, how much they're trying to rewrite like Pochettino's history and make it seem like he's the perfect coach for
Thank
Chelsea.
you.
Because
Yeah.
when shit hits the fan and it's November, they're gonna do a crazy
Oh,
U-turn.
oh
But
man.
us sensible Chelsea fans, we need to
We
look
know.
past the propaganda and see what
Mhm.
it is. Even Marcus saying, "Oh, Poach is the best coach." Gonna be like Marcus doesn't have our best interests at heart. Marcus would love to see us in 12th position again next
He
year.
literally,
It's
he
a
literally
setup.
picked,
It's a
he
setup.
literally picked company, a coach that has never coached in the Premier League, and is gonna be like, yeah, but I think you should have Poach. What?
Listen, we're in a different spot, bro. Listen,
I'm sorry. It's just depressing at this point that it's come to a point where Marcus is suggesting the last coach he would want for his club. Oh, I think it'd be a great coach for you. In what universe?
I'm not gonna suggest company.
I,
I ain't
I,
gonna put. I ain't
I'm
gonna put him as a
surprised.
legend.
I'm surprised he hasn't said we should go hire Conte. Like I'm very shocked. I thought that's like
Very
the next
shocked.
evolution.
I'm shocked he
Listen,
hasn't
listen,
said that.
listen, listen, listen.
That would, yeah.
You guys already have no hope of scoring goals. If you go and
Hey,
hire
hey,
Conte,
we scored a
what
goal
you're doing,
today. Okay,
what you're
we
doing
scored a
is
goal.
yeah,
We scored a goal.
yeah.
We would have actually, if we hired Conte, we would have won today. We would have won 1-0. Thank you very much. I rest my case.
Do you know when you scored that goal? Do you know when you scored that goal?
Hey,
That goal
you
came
know,
after you had already conceded 3.
hey, we fought. I
A
consider
goal
it
is a
as a
goal.
match of I consider it as a match of two halves. They won the first half, we won the second half.
Yeah,
Call
we
it
did.
even.
That's
Call it
facts.
even. Yeah.
Okay,
At
so
the
you
end of
walked
the
out with
day,
one.
at the end of the day, both of
How
those,
even you walked out with 1 point?
We can
both are
walk out with some kind of dignity at the end of the day.
What dignity? You got shafted 3-1.
As long
Yeah,
as at the end of the season we both end up trophyless, it's all the same. Like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't
that
matter.
too.
Like
That too.
it's
We
still
still
we
going
still have
home.
the same amount of trophies.
We
It's
all
hard
going home to
speaking.
the same place.
You know, they could have shared. They could.
Yeah, that's why I did not want Arsenal to win because now that is our worst, looking like our worst season since Jose Mourinho, like in before Sarri.
Yeah,
The Arsenal cannot win this title because it will even make a worse season even worse. So Man
man.
City,
I
it's
I
all
was hoping.
yours.
I was
All yours,
hoping like
man.
I had like a 5% hope we could beat them and just end their title ambitions, but we're not even good enough to do that,
No,
man.
once I saw the lineup, I had zero. My hope went to negative.
Wow, that
I
was
told you 2-0. When I saw the lineup, it was 2-0. It, I actually said Kovacic needs to be on the front list, and then he's responsible for the goal 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
to
As
be
I said,
honest. To be honest, you had a decent lineup out there.
no, we did not.
I think it was.
In
I
what
think it
world
was
do
a
we have? We
dangerous
subbed
lineup.
off Aubameyang at halftime. What world do we have decent lineup?
That wasn't even getting any
Come
service.
on.
He
That
had
wasn't
like
even getting
he had like
Oh my
5 touches the entire half.
God.
Like, come on.
Oh man. Like even the one dribble that Nani had that he took on like 10, 12 guys. Where's Aubameyang? He went all the way to the penalty box. He could have passed it to you to have a shot. I did not. I didn't even see him anywhere in the play. Yeah. Come on. Come on, man. Hey, it is what it is.
Hey,
the
how
season
many
got rushed.
games? How many games do we have left before this is over? We still got 5 games. Okay.
My hot
Well,
take. Okay, here's my hot Chelsea take. You ready for this?
yeah.
When it comes to relegation, Chelsea will not get relegated. No matter even if we lose every single game. Because here's my reason. You really think Leeds, Bournemouth, Everton, Notts Forest, and Leicester, you really think they can win 3 out of 5 games?
Hmm.
They're in relegation for a reason. So at least 3 of those teams will have to win 3 of the next 5 games.
First off, you're saying a team is in relegation and they have the same amount of points as you.
No,
Bournemouth
there
is
are 30 points. We
Bournemouth
have
is
39. The teams I
Bournemouth is
mentioned
at,
have 30, right?
you
Yeah,
mentioned Bournemouth.
30 or under.
30 or under.
Yeah, all of them from 16 down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you need 9 points and you're a relegation team, I'm sorry. What
It's
is
not
this?
realistic.
It's not.
I mean, hold on. Let's look at
Look.
something there.
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't even call that a hot take because I did read an article about what it would take for Chelsea to get relegated. And even if we lose all the games, it's
Yeah.
just not feasible
No,
for them to
it's
win
not.
to make that gap up at this point in the
Because
season.
mathematically, it's possible. All right.
And
I don't know if Leicester go on a 5 game winning streak, and then another team goes on another 5 game winning streak, maybe
it would need everybody from 18 and up to win out.
like
And for us
win
to
out.
lose out, and like some of those teams play each other too, so it's just way too complicated to be possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I have this website that shows me the percentages. Let me check it real quick.
I mean, I was
538.com.
I was just watching. I normally don't watch these games, but I was watching Nottingham Forest versus Everton. This is a wash. They're tied 2-2. They
Chelsea
can't
had
get it their own way.
yo. Let's put this
They're
relegation.
relegation teams, Marcus. They're there
Let's
for a reason.
we
They've
can
been there
put this
all season.
we can put this conversation to the bed because it says we
Yeah,
have less than a 1% chance of getting relegated,
less than 1%. Even if we lose out, right?
even if we lose. I mean,
Thank
we're
you.
probably not projected to lose out, but We'll finish behind Fulham, Crystal Palace. We're feeling exactly where we are, 12
Pretty
points.
much. Yeah, because all the teams below us are worse than us, and they
They're,
started out worse than us. They already crapped in their bed so much that they're just barely getting along, trying to clean it up.
yeah. According to this model from 538.com, Southampton 98% finished bottom, Everton 62% 19th, Leeds 58% 18,
Yo, Leeds is
Nottingham
just
Forest 53% 17, and Leicester 28%
Southampton fans, I feel
16.
sorry for y'all, man. 98%, like
Yep. To finish
it must
last,
be all
not even to be relegated. To finish
it must be
last.
all just dark and gloomy
I definitely see y'all
clouds.
dropping low as 16 though.
What difference does it
Listen, man,
make?
we finished 14th and won the league. We've
It
won the
doesn't really
Champions
matter,
League from
man.
10th position.
It
It makes
really
no
doesn't matter where
difference.
we just want it to be
Yeah,
over. Honestly, if
yeah.
you could say if we could just forfeit the remainder of our games right now, I
I
take
don't
it.
mind doing
So
that
so the
because
season would be over.
I can't
I would
watch
take
that.
it.
I was
I would
literally
take it.
watching the first 10 minutes of that game, and I'm like, how are these guys going to beat any team?
I would take it. I would take it.
Team with toast us right now, bro.
Look,
I'm not kidding with you. They
I
will
would take
toast
5
us.
L's right now and go, even if we went down the championship, just so it could be over. So next season we can win the championship or whatever and come right back. But right now I'm just not trying to watch them. It's
Yeah,
not fun
it's
at all.
bad.
It's
It's so
pointless.
bad. The
It's
confidence
just
is low.
it's
It's
just
non-existent.
sad.
Even like, and you can even tell it's like rubbing off on the young players too. Like it's even you can see Enzo's over there being frustrated with Nani.
You
Like,
got lots
does
of
Enzo need to be frustrated with Nani? No. In a regular game, he won't be. You know what I'm saying? If everything is clicking, he wouldn't be continuously telling Nani to make the run and cut through and make the run and forcing the
See
ball to
there,
Nani. Like things
see
like
there,
that. It's
Dropper
just
said
you can just tell. Those are things bad teams do. Bicker, argue, yell at each other, don't pick up their assignments. Kovacic. They score on you from the same place twice. Same player, same place. Like,
we
you don't
have
care
club
anymore. It
legends. We have
shows
club
me you
legends
don't
coming out
care.
and saying that they can't recognize the club no more
I
from
can't. Me
Drogba.
neither. I can't.
And
Because
then you
they
have
don't
Kai
care.
Havertz, which kind of funny coming from Kai Havertz, but he said everything that could go wrong this year has gone wrong from the very start of the season, which
I
I don't want to
mean,
is
hear that. I
true.
don't want to hear that. I
But I
don't
don't
want to
want
hear
to hear
that.
from Kai
I don't
Havertz.
want to hear that line from him. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
everything that. No, I don't care about that. The team. Everybody on the team is playing terrible. I mean, they're making boneheaded decisions. It's just bad all around. I
Well,
mean,
look,
Aspilicueta, I appreciate
look,
everything he's done, but clearly he doesn't have it anymore. And I mean, I see him out there drawing fouls, trying to spur us on. But I'm like, man, you're a one man army out there, man, because nobody cares, nobody's listening. You can just tell nobody's where they're supposed to be. No, ever.
well, to what Kai Havertz said, he said the moment when it all went wrong or started going wrong was with the firing of Tuchel.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
he said those where he says it all when a successful manager, even successful, gets fired out of nowhere, and that's where the spiral. So he is right, but I don't want to hear from him though, because he's part of the problem.
I don't want to hear the everything that went could go wrong, bruh. No, no.
They're not even trying. They're not even trying the ball. They're not trying to
Yeah,
play good
they're
football.
not trying to. They're
It
not
just looks
trying to
so
win.
pedestrian. Like you can see how we defended against Arsenal, where everybody sat back, but sitting back and that's it. They're not like going for tackles. They're not closing down space. They're not man marking. They're not solo marking.
They're not hustling.
They're standing in the line,
There's no fight.
and
There's
Arsenal
no
just passing.
cohesive.
And they're ball watching. Sad.
There's no and like
it's gonna be
we can lose. All right, we can lose. We've lost before. but
He
there's
lost a
no
lot.
hunger. There's no fight. Then that's the difference in these stretches of losing. There's no like, hey, yeah, I know we've been losing, but like, do you have any pride left? Like, are you really gonna let these guys be doing this to you? Like, are you not that dude? No,
It also comes
no.
from our fourth and worst manager of the season. Like there's something like Enzo. You can see the fight from Enzo. You can see it from the individual brilliance of that goal with Madueke. You can see Kante trying. Like all these other guys, Kovacic, stop starting them.
I
Just
don't count
keep
Conte.
keep
Like
keep
whatever
them
Conte does is like fairy dust, bro. It's pixie dust
keep
right now
keep
because
keep
that
Kovacic
guy's
out
never.
of the team. But still, he's still one of our best
He's
players on the pitch. Keep Kovacic out,
bro.
keep Alba, retire them for the rest of the season. Put Silva, put Fofana, put guys that actually want to play. Chilwell is like there's some players that are trying, but overall, it's like it's just like it's not a team of 11. It's just 11 guys on the field. It's not like a squad of 11. They're not playing together.
Can we
Everybody's
start?
just trying things. Like it doesn't. It's
Can we
not
start
balanced.
some? Maybe we should start some younger guys like Madueke and Mudrik
Yeah.
together, and let's try to instill some fight in our younger guys so they don't grow into this mess
Yeah. I
and
mean,
build bad
let's
habits from all this mess.
while
Can
we're at it,
we do
we
that?
can put Sterling on the transfer list. While
Yes,
we're at it too.
yes, man. Like, I'm
Honestly,
sorry. Like, he can still play. Don't get me wrong, but
he
he's
hasn't done
part of the
nothing all
issues.
season. Like really, he hasn't
He's
done
part of the
anything.
issues, man. He's part of the problem.
Bro just
Him, Kovacic.
clocks in, gets his check and leaves. That's it. That's all he does
There's
nowadays. He's
there's plays that I know Sterling could make that dribble, pass it there, touch it here, pass it there. But he'll be doing it like, bro, I know you can do this, but he does it like he doesn't care. Like he just dribble when he wants. He shoots when he wants. If he wants to pass, he'll pass it. I'm like, bruh, yeah, he's part of the problem. Mm-hmm. And
we
I
need
can already
better
see it
Koulibaly.
because um, one example that I would say that like our younger guys are starting to build bad habits. There was I think the game against Brentford. I think Connor Gallagher, like there was this attacking sequence, simple soccer. When the defense comes to one side of the field, what do? Oh, there's a whole other side of the field that's wide open. There's probably one or two defenders, and then you'll probably get a 2v1 matchup on the other side. Time and time again, we kept on turning into pressure. Conor Gallagher would get the ball, literally look to three guys open, and then come back. What
Yo,
is going on, man?
the com- the
I'm just
commentator said
confused.
that in the last game too, because it seemed like they're making the easiest possible passes, even though they're the worst decisions.
They're
Like
so bad.
nobody is trying to cross it
Decisions.
first time or just play into the
No,
box on the first time. They're always recycling it,
nobody's trying to play
going
forward.
backwards, passing. It's only
Yes,
Enzo is the only one who's trying to play forward.
yes,
That's it.
yes, yes.
He's like a quarterback with trash
And
receivers
and
everywhere. That's what
Conte,
he's doing.
Conte is running on one leg out there, man. All right, whatever he gives us, like I said, is pixie dust. I'm just next
I
season
wish we
when
could
he's
afford
fully
to
healthy.
just bench
Yeah,
Conte for the rest of the season, but it seems like if we don't, we're probably losing that Arsenal game like five
no
one.
benching.
Like
Now
we can't
we
afford
listen,
to.
playing him is good because at least he plays himself into his form. That's all I want. So we don't want to bench him like that. But Kovacic should not be on that starting lineup. I'm sorry. He does not deserve a captain armband. He's done nothing for that. Nothing. Man,
Well,
I'm sorry. If it
one last
sounds
thing.
harsh, I'm just being honest. Like, bro, his play has been so bad for months now. I just haven't said anything because it's been bad all around. But now I'm like, bro, we can't play this guy anymore. He's unplayable. He spends more time on the ground than dribbling like he normally does. supposed to be dribbling in the midfield. That's why we got you there. But you spend more time like trying to pick yourself up off the ground than actually making passes or dribbling. Yeah, sorry, Marcus. Go
No, you
on.
good. I was just gonna say the last thing I would say is the next manager, whoever that may be, has quite a job.
God
And y'all
help him.
talking about chemistry. First things first. In order to build that chemistry, everybody needs to fit in the locker room. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be
God,
for
God
job
help that
number one.
manager. Unless
Looking
it's
at the
push.
Arsenal side of things, they are now 2 points ahead in the table. But Manchester City still has 2 games in hands. And they do play West Ham United tomorrow. Now, Arsenal, basically, their future, well, not future, but the cup isn't in their hands. Basically, at this point, all they can do is hope for the best. And the most they can do is win out the rest of the games. Now, that being said, this win on Chelsea, do you think it's enough to spur them on to go the rest of the way unbeaten? I don't think so. I think they're going to end up dropping points. Specifically, just look
Oh,
at
they should have lost to us 1-0. Like I said, we
man,
we
relax.
we
It
just
was
came
never.
in.
I think they're going to
Look,
drop points. If they're going to drop points
look,
against anybody, it's going to be against Newcastle.
You know it's
if
fraudulent. You know it's fraudulent. Let me just say this. You know it's fraudulent when Gabriel Jesus scored. When Gabriel Jesus scored, I turned off the TV. So serious. When is the last time Gabriel Jesus scored a goal from open play?
Bro, he scored four since he came back. He scored four in wasn't it 4 and 5?
So yeah, when he scored, I was like, yeah, we don't want to win this game. I turned it off. I turned off the TV. Went to I think first
look,
things first.
look, guys. If Arsenal beat Newcastle away, they're winning their other 3 games. So that's what I believe.
Oh, that's a
But
tough game.
it won't because they're at home to Brighton next. They got to go to Nottingham Forest, relegate those guys, and then they
No,
host
Newcastle's
Arsenal.
first. Newcastle's first, then Brighton.
Newcastle will be
Yeah.
tough, man.
Yeah. So if they can,
ready.
what was the name of their stadium? Whatever Newcastle Stadium is called, we can go over there and win. St. James Park.
St.
St.
James
James
Park.
Park.
James Park.
If they can win over there, I think they can win the rest of the games. But it won't matter because Man City can also win literally every single game they have left. So
Easily.
let me see who do Man City have anyways.
I mean, even if we don't, I don't see us.
Yeah, and they don't even have to. They don't have to win everything.
Yeah, I don't see us losing. The most I see us is drawing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Damn.
we have over 10 on goal difference with Arsenal. So I'm not even concerned if we end up drawing on leveling on points.
Yeah. Like I said, it would be an easy win for Man City.
Chelsea still have to go to Etihad this season. That's insane. And
In the league? In the
and
league?
Man U. Yeah.
Oh,
We,
God.
we got Bournemouth away, Nottingham Forest home, Man City away, and Man United away, then Newcastle at home for the last day. So
No,
yeah.
because
You
I'm
know,
not worried about Man U.
that stretch without a win. You could go through that stretch losing the whole way.
No, that's fine. Because all I'm saying is, like, the only game that I would say, like, damn it, is the Man City game because they're such front runners. Probably going to beat us like 8-2 or something. Yeah. Seriously. I'm telling you.
Front runners.
When they smell blood,
Listen, by the time you
when
score,
they
we're
smell
already
blood, when they smell, when you're, when that shark smells blood. Mm-hmm.
So just because we go hard in the paint, we're front runners. Listen,
What happened to Leipzig?
Don't you know it's
still looking
respect?
for the Leipzig players.
Don't you listen? Don't you know it's a sign of respect if you go 100% even against a lesser opponent.
But why?
This will be
no. I'd rather you disrespect me by keeping it under 2 goals than you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Respect me by
Don't
not scoring a lot.
Yes, you can give the respect to people at the
That's
higher
a
stage
sign
of
of
the
respect.
table.
No, no,
Go
no, no.
respect Spurs and
No.
Arsenal
It's
and
a sign
Man
of
U and
Chelsea's. No, it's a
Liverpool.
sign of Chelsea's
Don't
pedigree.
respect Chelsea.
It's a sign of Chelsea's pedigree to sit here and take five, take six, take
You
seven.
see, you see, this guy,
That's
he
not
hates
Chelsea
us. He
pedigree.
doesn't like us at
That's
all.
just
He hates
that's
us.
not Chelsea. That's what's the guy's name? That
Wait, you called you.
Imelda
What is that?
Bregali.
Wait, you said it shakes.
Bregali pedigree.
Hold on, Shakes. You said what does that say behind you? Yeah, flag. What does it say?
Premier League
Premier League
champions.
Okay.
champions.
So you deserve champion effort. Champion effort is 5, 6, 7 nil. Thank
Nah,
you.
bro. Not this season. Respect
That's
us next
crazy.
season. For now, we're good. We
That's
already got enough respect this year. We already got respect from everybody. Everybody been respecting us all.
Everybody have respected us.
Everybody been showing up like we're defending the league and the Champions League and the FA Cup and the League Cup. That's how they come to Stamford Bridge all the time. We don't want to see it no more.
Like,
We don't need it.
good
We
God.
learned our lesson.
Brentford came in there. Buemo, my Cameroonian brother. Buemo scored
your
against
own.
us. And
Be
how
your own, man.
many times does Buemo score for Brentford? And he scores against us. Like,
Brentford
come on.
has never faced nor beaten you guys, and they did both in 1 year.
I
Yep,
mean,
this goes to tell you how
the team. So, like,
is this the worst Chelsea season of all time? Probably not. But in
no,
the
it's
Premier
not.
League,
No, it's
in the
not.
Premier
I
League,
remember worse.
in the
I
Premier
remember
League,
two worst seasons. I distinctly remember two when Hazard was playing striker for no good reason. I know you remember that too. And then when I don't know, like something happened and like Matic wasn't playing well, Diego Costa wasn't playing well. Nobody he couldn't buy a goal, and nobody could do anything. And we finished what 14th. Those are two seasons that, trust me, we were probably equally as unwatchable. Because at least we're in a nah.
LOL. All
We were worse.
right. There was another interesting match, to say the least, that took place over the weekend. One, Liverpool and Spurs. Now,
That was a
for the neutral, this was a
blockbuster.
fantastic match. If you were a Spurs fan or a Liverpool fan, you probably lost some hair going both ways.
Yes. Yeah.
Spurs, maybe not so much. I mean, Spurs was as expected in the season. They went down multiple goals and then they fought to come back. And you know what has been happening in the game during the season is either they draw or win. This time, not so much. They took that L home with them. But
Richarlison thinking he was the hero. That was the best part. I actually liked that he scored and they lost.
nah, but Liverpool. Now that's the funny thing. I think this is the bigger story because at one point they were up. I think it was 3-0, and then all of a sudden it's like everything. The wheels fell off. Everything fell off. Now they managed to come out with the victory in the end and go home with 3 points. But sheesh.
Yeah.
And I have to look at Trent Alexander-Arnold because the reason all those goals came was because everybody else was moving over to cover the gaping hole that Trent Alexander-Arnold left on the left. Now, moving him into the midfield is something that we've been discussing.
This statement, it's a pit.
Oh my gosh. Now moving him into the midfield is something that I myself even suggested at one point in the season. And let's be honest, he has looked phenomenal in this role, but I think instead of trying to copy what Pep does with John Stones, and sometimes João Cancelo and our other backs, instead of bringing him in from a defensive position, you just need to start him out in the midfield and get another right back.
Yes,
because you cannot keep that whole what he caused Van Dijk to look like.
Whew.
Van Dijk
had him on crab legs. Yo, he was doing a skanky leg.
Van Dijk is like
his ankles are gone.
My other ACL.
Almost tore his other ACL. What they had this man doing, all because he was trying to cover that side. And mind you, the worst part about that video is about that play. If you go and rewatch the film, if you pause it at that time and just see if you can find a camera angle that shows you the full view of the field. Trent Alexander's back at the mid halfway line, bro. He's nowhere near defending.
He was putting right back, right?
And he's playing right back. Nowhere near defending. He's at the halfway line.
I'm telling you.
Hey. But look.
Trent. All right, go on.
He doesn't defend, but he does have 5 assists in 5 games for the second time in the Premier League, and he's the first player to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think the means the ends.
But yeah, so it's like so just don't play him in defense at all, which we've been screaming. He's obviously an attacking mid. He's not a left back anymore. He's not a defender anymore. He lives so he does not defend at all. So why keep playing him at defense?
They can do what Pep does, but not with John Stones. Use him as your Kevin De Bruyne. He has those same abilities. He has the vision. He has the technique. He has all of that. Use him in that position where he interchanges with their false 9 from time to time.
Just play him as an attacking center mid. Just let him sit there. Just let him sit. Like put him in a position where he doesn't have to defend, but he helps out the guys that are already up there.
I mean, he has to
kind of. It doesn't help out anyway.
But he's not the first.
No, you don't want him coming back. You don't want him. He's not the good defender.
What I'm saying is, he's not the first responsibility of of their counter attack. Like he would be guarding their defensive mid, for example.
And when you get hit on the counter, you're not expecting Trent to cover. There's already guys there whose job is to cover, not Trent.
They already know.
He can help like when eventually when he gets back, which he doesn't even like to do. But it's like you shouldn't depend on him to stop the other team from scoring at all because he's always missing. Always.
That man's been reading from the book of Neymar on tracking back. That he does not at all.
Yeah, but Neymar is a striker. Like Trent is a right back. No, bro. No, he's not the same at all. Come on, man.
He's reading the wrong book.
Exactly. So you understand this. Why doesn't he understand this? And yet he's still studying film of Neymar.
Why doesn't Klopp understand it?
It's Klopp. It's all Klopp. And Klopp feels like we've won the Champions League with Trent playing right back. We've won Premier League with Trent playing right. You know coaches, man. You know coaches, man. Yeah, man.
Klopp
clearly
every other
team has figured them out. Attack
Trent.
What do Real Madrid do?
Is untackable.
They attacked Trent. What did everybody attacks Trent? It's quite simple. So
there's no way Klopp doesn't review the game every game and be like, oh yeah,
bro, he has to review film.
Trent did that every game, but he still chooses to start him there.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So do you think so? All right, so part of the issue, right, is they don't have another right back to take it.
No, they don't.
So do you think?
No.
So do you think they'd be much better suited with playing three at the back?
No. Don't they have right backs in their academy? They can't go to the academy and pluck a right back out of there.
Bro, from what I've seen outside of Arsenal.
Play James Milner at right back. He'll do a better job than Trent. Play Henderson at right back. He'll play a better job. He'll do a better job than Trent. Or we can do this. The fix you're about to suggest. Play him at right wing back with the 3 at the back. But it's Klopp. Klopp is stubborn. He does not. He wants to keep playing Trent there. So there's no point. He's not going to change it. He's just going to keep playing him there.
I wouldn't even play Trent at right wing back, bro.
Facts. I was gonna say I'd rather just play three in the back. You put 2 defensive midfielders.
Put Trent in the midfield, bro.
Front.
Put Trent in the midfield.
You play 3 in the back. You put 2 defensive midfielders in front of them. So when you're defending a counter back, they drop down and it becomes like a 5 in the back, and you just put everybody else up front.
Yeah, I would not play him at wing back. Yeah, because wing back, you have to track
You gotta
back.
track that.
Yeah.
You really have to track back. Like
Yeah.
it's not just it's no joke. So yeah, nah, man.
All right.
It's
So,
all the balls in Klopp's court.
well, that's actually my last question. So, does it get better next season, or is Klopp on the hot seat going forward?
Klopp is
Actually,
definitely on the hot seat.
I don't think he's on the hot seat because they're fifth right now, and they have an outside chance of making it to the Champions League, but they're not going to. It's probably going to be Europa League.
Definitely no Champions League,
And
but definitely a spot in Europe.
No, that's my point.
and I
Chase.
think I think
he is on the
that's
hot
the
seat
thing.
because they're out of the
Is
Champions League right now.
is his job at stake though? Is he in
It
danger
will
of
be if
getting
they don't
fired?
finish. If they don't finish top four, he will be.
Nah.
Mm,
If they don't finish top four, he'll point to, oh, we didn't spend enough money on this and that,
he
and
can
blah
point to
blah
all he
blah.
wants.
They're not
Trust
gonna
me.
fire him. They're not gonna fire Klopp. They can't.
Yeah,
They
but
can't
what
get
I'm saying is,
who is gonna
if you
replace
don't,
Klopp for
if
them and start all over from scratch? They rather keep.
they don't have
If
the
they're
same. What I'm saying
smart,
is,
they
they don't
should
have the
keep Klopp.
same reputation as we do. All right, if Klopp finishes out of top four, they're gonna start. There's gonna be. It's just what happens with these top clubs. What they expect is you to finish top four, and if you don't, there will be conversations. If Arteta finishes out of top four,
Look,
if
listen
Pep
to
Guardiola
this.
finishes out of top four, there'll be some conversations.
Arsenal's
It's just what it
entire
is with these
Arsenal's
top clubs.
entire objective this season was to finish top four. Man, you are doing it. But look at
Yeah.
Liverpool. All the Liverpool fans I've spoken to, they're not even thinking about firing club. It's just another bad season for them. Because if you really think about it, over the past 10 years, Liverpool have mostly had bad seasons. Those years when they
Yes.
won the league and they won the champ, those are their peaks. So now it's
Mhm.
like that team, they still haven't switched that team and sign enough players for them to like recycle the team like Man City does. So Liverpool fans right now, Liverpool fans are disappointed, but the solution for them too isn't firing Klopp. It's give Klopp some money to spend and sign some players who can help the team. Like we've been talking about this since the summer window about Liverpool's lack of signing, and that's why they're falling behind Man City. They can no longer take Man City all the way down to the last game of the year because they're not signing the players. They're still starting Milner and Henderson. They got rid of Mane. You know, what's his name that they
Liverpool's
signed, the
also not doing
striker,
a
been
whole
up
lot.
and down. Yeah.
No, I agree with you 100%, Shex. All I'm saying is that okay, if that's the stance, then it's not the best fit for Klopp, and maybe it's not the best fit for Liverpool then because Klopp is gonna want to win titles. So if
Yeah.
you're not giving him the players, why would he stay there to finish out of top four? Because what I'm saying is, all right, finishing out of top four once, or like this
That's
season,
okay. That's
is
okay
that
this season. But next
it's
season is
okay,
a problem.
but that's what I'm saying. Next season, there's gonna be questions being asked. And do you really think Liverpool is gonna what? Because he finished top four, so will buy you more better, more pricier players?
Well,
No.
isn't that what they're supposed to do? Because they've needed the better players since last summer, and because
That's
they
not
didn't,
what they're
Klopp didn't get
doing.
Klopp didn't get what he wanted in the summer. That's
And he
why
literally
they didn't
just
finish
pulled
in
out
the
of
top
Jude
four
Bellingham. They literally just pulled out of Jude Bellingham.
because
They
of
literally just
cheap.
said no.
Jude Bellingham is the diamond. It's a big 50-carat diamond that everybody wants. Liverpool
I
can't
thought you want
afford
to
him.
compete with Man City. Well,
There's one.
that's what we're talking about.
It's one thing.
Spend that much in the transfer
Look,
windows.
there's ways to compete with Man City. It's making smart signings. Now you don't always have to get the big invest, but Liverpool aren't even doing that. They're not even doing the small little. They're just not signing anybody. That's where the problem
But
is.
who comes out and says, bro, who comes out and says, we're not going after Jude Bellingham? Even if you're not realistically. Like, really? Like, I don't know what message that's sending.
You wouldn't come out and say that. Yeah, you wouldn't come out and say that.
Minimum, bro. Dortmund said negotiations start at 130.
Yeah.
For a club that's notoriously known in their history and all reputation of being cheap, I can understand.
Liverpool, right?
Yeah, bro. I can
Yeah,
understand.
they're cheap. So the thing is though, like we all just said, bro, the player that's played the most minutes for them in the midfield is an 18-year-old, Bizetich. Like they're not spending.
That's why I
They're
say you see that 18-year-old in midfield. You see that 18-year-old in midfield. I'm sure they have a right back that's 18-year-old in the academy that they can call up and let Trent do what he wants instead. But
right, but maybe they would be eighth or ninth instead of fifth if they did that.
the
That's
only
what I'm saying.
honestly
That's true.
You can't just expect young players to just come and just like what the juice that Liverpool caught when they
player
did when they
development
grew
though.
a
It's
young
player.
team.
It's all player
It took
development.
it literally took the same group of players 2 to 3 years to gel like that. But it was the same group of players for a period of time. There's like, okay, is Fabinho gonna be there next season? Henderson, you bringing back Milner? You're gonna have to sign a whole new midfield.
What happened to
And then what?
Thiago?
Thiago stays injured, bro. Like Harvey Elliott, you that's what we want. Chris Jones, bro. Come on, man. You're not gonna compete. You're not gonna finish top four if Harvey Elliott, Chris Jones, and Bizetich are your midfield next season.
Nah, well, they're definitely gonna spend in the summer. Definitely gonna spend in the summer.
Bro,
But that's where
Well,
we at.
that's not a given though. That's not guaranteed. They might just end up not spending it again and be
Well,
worse.
if they don't end up spending again, then they're finishing way
especially,
worse than
I
where they
think
finished this
I
season.
think they will spend if they make top four. Only if they make top
It's
four.
impossible. It's not possible. Who are they going to take
They-
out? Man U? Like, let's
There
look
was-
at the table. There's no
well-
way they finish top four. There's no way.
Okay. If there's a 1% chance that they do, just
7-point
like
gap.
minus
And Man U have
500
a game in hand.
that let's
They
just
have to
say
make
they
up
won.
10 points.
But if there's a 1% chance that they do, if there is, and somehow they do, I think they will spend if they finish top four. Because you know what
Listen.
top four clubs get? They get like a huge lump sum.
Listen, yeah, you're
Like
right.
a
But listen, everybody
huge bag.
everyone except Arsenal has a game or two in hand, and Brighton behind them has 2 games in
Mhm.
hand. It's not happening.
You know?
Great. So they're not spending. So
They
it's
have a
Klopp on the
10
hot
they have
seat.
a 10% chance of
Original
finishing in the
question.
top four.
They're not finishing top four, so they're not spending. So Klopp is on the hot seat because they're going to require him to finish top four, even though they don't spend. Does that make?
No, it definitely makes sense.
now.
No, it definitely makes sense. I just don't think the club is going to put them on the hot seat just because. They have
Because
to-
it's their fault for not spending. They can't
Since
Well,
when
that's
do
what
you not care about this?
That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Well, that's where we're from at. We're nearing the
That's their
end.
guy though.
Well, he is that guy. You're not right. You're not wrong. He is
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
But nearing the end of this episode, just one more thing I wanted to touch upon before we call it quits on this one here. We take our talents to League 1, specifically PSG. Now, you probably have heard that there's some rumors. Barcelona is actually in discussion with, Messi trying to get him get him back home to Barcelona. Now, in the midst of all that, apparently, Messi was already planned to go on vacation with his family. While he was up in the air, PSG apparently changed their mind and required the team to come to training. Obviously, Messi did not show up to training. He was already in the air. And
No.
that has
This what happened.
What
This what happened. This what happened. This what happened.
Really? All right, take it away.
The thing was that if they won their last game, the coach would have given everybody 2 days off. But they lost that game, and Messi still went on vacation anyways. So the players that didn't go on vacation were upset. So the club had no choice but to ban him for 2 weeks.
That's
Oh, Messi's banned for 2 weeks.
basically the rest of the season, bro.
And it's also in a period where they're like locked into negotiations for trying to renew him. So now it's like his PSG future is in the air. The same way PSG's
It's already come out. They said
title
he's not
ambitions are
playing
in the
next
air.
year.
Oh,
PSG is not going
he's
to
leaving.
renew him.
Yeah, they're not.
That's
playing
probably
him.
why Barcelona want him back because it's actually feasible that they could get him back.
Yeah, they could get him for free.
Because Messi already came out and said he still wants to play in Europe.
Yeah, he's not ready to go. He's not ready to go back to Argentina just yet.
Or come to MLS.
Yeah, he might have-
Chicago Fire. So I can just make a 3-hour drive and come see you. I'm just saying. No.
I would love to see
Watch
Messi.
Chicago Fire.
No, not even Chicago Fire. What am I saying? Cleveland. Yeah. Come to Cleveland. Or Columbus. Columbus or Cleveland. You don't mind. You know.
Yes, it's actually Columbus FC. But that's actually what's nearest to you?
Columbus,
Chicago Fire. Is there a team in Nashville, right?
Tennessee.
Actually,
No,
yes,
that's
they just got a team this year.
That's a little too far. I think Columbus or Chicago Fire. I think Chicago Fire is the closest because Columbus is about 5 hours. So Chicago Fire is the closest team.
Bro, you don't have a team in your city?
In the 11, but we're
But they're
minor
not
league.
MLS. They're not MLS.
Oh, damn, that's tough.
We are MLS. We're just minor league.
Oh, okay. Well, no, we're not because MLS doesn't have promotion and relegation. They're just a lower league.
Yeah, minor league.
Yeah, minor
Yeah,
league.
we
But they're not
are
MLS.
But we're minor league soccer, not major league soccer. Minor league soccer. We are MLS.
So is that division? Is that MLS? Is that MLS Division 2?
No, because
No.
minor league soccer, major league soccer, they both make MLS. He's stupid. But it's not the same league at all. It's two different leagues.
I understand it's not the same league, but I'm saying there's a hierarchy because there's there's USPL, there's another SSPL or something like that.
Yeah,
and there's levels. Like I know USPL. There's something in between it, and then there's MLS.
Yeah. There's levels, but it's like they never play each other because there's no relegation or promotion.
There's no cups.
But there is ranking. There is ranking.
I don't think we'll ever see relegation.
No, I think we will. I think we will see it. Eventually, when we run out of expansion teams, and when we have I don't even know
I don't think
how many
we will.
teams we have in
Because of that
maybe
draft.
we have 40, 50. When we have a saturated number of teams to have in the MLS, that's when they'll start thinking about introducing relegation and promotion.
Nah, because you know that MLS still does the draft. So like the worst teams get the best players in the draft.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna. That's what I'm saying. If they're getting relegated, then there's not going to be a draft. That wouldn't make sense for there to be a draft.
Yeah, they would have to open it up to just like the international, make it just like an open market.
And America and their draft. In the first pick in the 2023 MLS draft. You know America and their draft,
because
man.
It's marketing. They treat it just like the World Cup. They take that thing on the road. Every city hosts it. Gets a chance.
I wish.
Well, that's part of this kind of things that are holding MLS back, though, because it seems like without that real threat of not having that same amount of revenue and the quality of competition, I don't know if that's really helping MLS. But then again, I don't even watch MLS like that, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
I watched the every odd game here and there. Let me tell you,
I've been watching a few games.
It's painful to get through. Like you'll be watching.
It is quite.
You'll be watching and you'll be like, bro, this pass is there. And I know sometimes it's easy to say because you're sitting on the couch, you get certain angles and things like that. But nah, bro.
And every time I watch MLS,
I agree with you.
I watch MLS and
you're on TV. You better be. You're a professional. It's your job. You literally wake up in the morning and go play soccer. You should be able to make that path. I mean, that's how I'm thinking when I'm watching professional sports. Even basketball, football, any drop ball, I'm like, bro, you're a professional. What are you doing? That's how I see it. So
it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad watching these MLS players be trash because it's like I could have been trash
Do
too
a
and been
real
in the
job.
MLS, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Just
Amen.
practice your
it's in the
skills.
common
That's
sense.
it.
Amen. It is what it is.
Yeah.
With that, we have come to yet another end of yet another beautiful episode. If you've listened to us to the end, like always, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Peace.